right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and we will do a top 5 recap of the 2024 Arnold Classic UK. And we'll jump right into it with James Hollingshead coming in 5th place. Now, James, he got 5th in Ohio 2 weeks prior, and he brought the same look that he did to Ohio. He tried a different formula going into this competition where he was doing more of a junk load, where he was eating high fatty foods, cheeseburgers, candy, things like that. And I don't know, maybe he's a little bit tighter here in the glutes and hamstrings and lower back. But overall, James's physique looked the same as it did in Ohio. And we're going to see when he turns around to the front that midsection is still a bit of an issue for James. As you can see, the abs are kind of washed out. They're not really popping. Can't see a lot of separation in them. The obliques look okay. But James, again, comes in 5th place. Now we're transitioning into Jon De La Rosa, who placed 4th. Now, in my predictions, I had Jon in 3rd. And it was a close battle between him and Akim Williams. But Akim Williams came in strong for the finals. Jon was in 3rd after prejudging, but in finals, that's where the transition made, and Akim leaped ahead. But Jon looked great. I would say Jon came in a little tighter for the finals, but that wasn't enough for the ground that Akim made up going into the finals. As you can see, top to bottom, Jon De La Rosa is very complete. And he has the striated glutes. He has the separation in the hamstrings, the lower back separation, and crispness is all there. But it wasn't enough to knock out Akim Williams, who we're going to take a look at next here. But awesome job for Jon De La Rosa, the comeback kid of 2024 after a crazy bicep injury, divorce, lots of personal things he was going through, but he's back and better than ever. Akim Williams comes in 3rd place. He looked tremendous. He looked better than he did at the Arnold Classic Ohio just 2 weeks ago. The side poses on Akim are bar none maybe the best in this entire lineup. From the back, he was much tighter and drier than he was at prejudging, which is again why he leapfrogged over Jon De La Rosa and got that 3rd spot finish. The hamstrings and glutes look good. I think Akim can still improve on that conditioning from the back and overall, but he looks very good. The quads have good deep line separation. The chest striations are in. The abs look good and popping pretty good. Vascularity, muscularity, hardness is all there. Great job, Akim Williams. And in 2nd place, and this was my prediction as well for Samson Dauda to come in 2nd. So I heard Ian Valliere and Fuad saying that they thought this was the best look Samson's brought to the stage, and that he looked better here than he did in Ohio, and that he looked better in the finals than he did at prejudging. And I disagree. I think he looked better at prejudging than he did at finals. You can see across the top of his chest, it's kind of blurry across the shoulders. He was holding that film of water still. So, but he made improvements. He made improvements in controlling his waist. He's doing the vacuum, as you can see there. So he's making improvements. He's taking the criticism now to heart and making those changes. But you can see in the chest there that the striations really aren't popping through. He just, he needs to take a break, take some time off, have a good vacation, find a new coach. Or does he find a new coach? Does he stick with Marlena, his wife, who got him into this, shape for the show? All right, and in 1st place, the Persian Wolf, Hadi Choopan, takes it. Back-to-back wins. Well-deserved win here. My assessment for Hadi Choopan at the finals was his tan threw me off a little bit. And some others I could tell because it's blotchy, right? Was he tighter here at finals than he was at prejudging? I think prejudging had a little bit more sharpness to his physique. And I think he ate more, he carved up more, so he's a little fuller here and maybe a little bit more, little blurred from the extra carbs, but he's so conditioned that it really doesn't make a huge, like you can see here, look at the density. Compare him to what you just saw with Samson in these poses, in the chest and the striation, like it's night and day. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why he's been unbeatable. He's been unbeatable at these Arnold Classic shows because he's bringing this new level of conditioning that really pops. What I wanted to do too is also look at Jon De La Rosa and Akim Williams comparisons side by side, because it was a battle between them. And I don't want to forget that because it was close. And we're going to take a look at the scorecards as well. And pose for pose, this is what I did during my live stream. Again, guys, thank you for joining the live stream. It was tremendous. Over 2,000 live viewers in the chat and in the stream, going at it, having a debate with the Muscle Discord community. I love it. I love it. So we're going to keep doing these live streams and keep it going for you guys. So pose for pose, when we were analyzing it, I'm glad Steve Weinberger did the comparisons with just them two, because we could really pick them apart this way. It's kind of hard when you have 5 in the lineup and you're trying to look at everybody. This was just apples and oranges. What's the difference? And pose for pose, I think Jon wins both back poses, back to bicep and rear lat spread. But then from the side, that's where Akim made up some ground and beat Jon De La Rosa in those poses from a hardness standpoint, from a muscularity standpoint, and then I think from a conditioning standpoint, he got beat in those poses. The ab and thigh is really almost tied in my opinion. Very close, apples and oranges, and which you'd like in this one. I would say Akim just has a deeper separation in the quads, and the quads look harder, sharper, and drier. And I think that's what gave Akim that push above. And now we're going through the comparisons with Samson Dauda and Hadi Choopan. So pose for pose, you got to go, okay, who's winning each pose, right? And you can see that vacuum is much deeper in Hadi Choopan than it is for Samson Dauda. Again, with the tan on Hadi, I did think that took a little bit away from him and made him a little blotchy and blurred his lines, especially on the live stream. But when you get up close, you can see that Hadi was he's still shredded to the bone. And it made it a little bit of a different look on the live stream. Side chest, you know, I give that one to Hadi because he's just got that tighter waist and the obliques pop through. And you can see the conditioning throughout the delts and the arms on Hadi Choopan. Back double bicep, the width on Hadi, the better symmetry. Samson needs some more width and in the lower lat section as well. And then the glutes and the hamstrings, Hadi Choopan takes him on that. Back lat spread, Hadi Choopan takes him on that because the width of his back, the density, the hamstring glutes, the symmetry is there. You know, really breaking their physiques down to see, okay, why is Hadi beating him? Right? Why pose for pose is Hadi beating him? Side tricep. Again, the obliques, the abs, the waistline is tucked in. The conditioning is showing through. Samson looks great, great aesthetics, but just not on the density and the conditioning level that Hadi Choopan's at. Ab and thigh. They both do the vacuum in this pose, but then you see Hadi's abs and obliques are just on another level. The abs are popping out. It's crazy striations throughout top to bottom. So here's the scorecard. And as you can see, Hadi Choopan comes in first. Samson Dauda sixth or second, but you know, it's 12 to 18. You know, very close. You know, it's close, but I wouldn't say very close because, I mean, you know, there's a gap there, right? So it's not, you know, a 1 point show, which you've seen 1 point show. This isn't a 1 point show. So in that term, I guess it wasn't as close as maybe some people thought it was. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Do you agree with the placings? I love you. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.